Twitch sucks. It says you're offline still.
Maybe
give it a second. It'll get there. What, do you just want to see what GIF I picked?
Yeah.
Says you're hosting.
What?
Says you're hosting Hanjero.
Yeah, well, wait a second.
Okay.
It's still going. We'll start it here in just...
Whoa. No, Ralph.
That could
All right.
fucking name.
All right, that's pretty good.
Oh, I like Danger Penguin. That's good too. We have a recording up.
I like
Recent
that.
broadcast. It's like a 29-second.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, Zill, do you see yours?
I do.
I told you you'd like it.
It's pretty incredible. I'm happy.
I thought you would be. I got Wise Papa Smurf going aggro. That was appropriate.
Tycho's perfect.
Picture of your childhood hero literally throwing a spear through another human being. Yes. Okay. We're going live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to League of Legends Anonymous, episode 225. As promised, we are doing a Q&A episode this week. So it may be short, it may go long, but we're just going to drag people in and see if we can get them to ask questions and answer those questions that are asked. And depending on how long the natural discourse takes, that's how long the episode's going to be. So, cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. By the way, if you check into the Twitch stream right now, you will notice that our cameras are not working, and that's because we can't do the camera capture because we're not in a video conference room because we have to drag other people in here to talk to them. So that's where we're at. Here we go. Round one. Oh, by the way, with me this week, my boy Zill showed up. What's up, Zill?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey! And then also we have Danger Penguin. How's it going, Danger?
It's pretty great being the highest ranked podcaster currently in solo queue.
Oh my god.
You son of a bitch.
I lose my fiber. Decide not to play ranked because my ping is ridiculous. You just
Zill-
have to gloat.
Zill
Yep,
loses
it's-
his fiber. I lose 8 games in a row.
I was 17 ping and now I'm fucking 85. That's not okay.
85 ping is not okay.
I would have killed for 85 ping and 3 wins. Even. I don't even care. It was so rough out there.
Gotta earn the wins. You should be able to buy the ping.
Well, clearly League thinks that I'm a Plat 4 player because every time I win, I'm getting like 30 LP. But whatever. But yeah, no, Plat 4 is where old Wise Papa Smurf starts the season. What'd you get seeded, Danger?
I got seeded Gold 1. I'm at Plat 2 right now.
Oh, shit!
Plat 2,
Wow.
85 LP. I'm close to that Plat 1 barrier.
So, man, it's true. Ranked really is fucked up.
Yep, the LP gains are all crazy.
So, okay, and then last but not least is Tycho.
Hey guys, I finally got a microphone. I don't sound like trash.
You sound great, actually.
It sounded aggressive.
Yeah. Listen,
You came in hard.
I'm just excited. Okay, I want everyone to hear my special voice. You know, it's sexy. It's
Hey
right
guys,
for the
I got
podcast.
a
I like
new
how
microphone,
confident you are.
so I scream into it, just to make sure you know it can handle it.
Wait, Danger. Hold on. Question. Wait, what rank are you?
Plat 2, 85 LP.
Yeah. So I was just talking to Immoral. Immoral's like, I think he's like Diamond 4 right now. I think he's the highest in the Discord, as far as I know.
We have a few guys in the Discord higher. I know Tom and Immoral 1 are up there. I think they're
Those are
I think
bots,
they're
though, right?
Diamond 3.
Those are
Okay.
bots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take top of podcasters for the week that I can hold on to it.
Apparently, I have really shitty karma because
It's all Blake's fault.
Because, you know, at first I thought,
When was the
it's
last time you
going
lost
around.
8 games in a row?
Well, yeah, I was like, it's going around, baby. And then I was like, oh, it's coming around. I have done someone wrong in a universal sense to earn. What was fucked up is like, I have had a crazy 2-3 weeks at work because like one of my employees, that's the one that like kind of does everything and gets shit done, decided that she was going to quit to start like a screen printing business.
Uh-oh.
And so I've been having to pick up like a ton of all the shit that she does and interview people and rework everything and like, hey, now you do this job, other employee, you know, until we can fix this shit. And so it's been insane. I've been super stressed out. I've had so much to do at work, which I haven't really been on the podcast and shit. But I finally got home the other night and I was like, yeah, it's time. I'm just going to relax a little bit. I'm going to play some ranked. I'm going to have a good time. 0-8.
Little did you know.
And I was like, God damn it. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to play Magic. 0-8. I was like, no, what is wrong? Like, I even went up to my wife and she's like, you look really, are you okay? And I'm like, I can't. Everything's fucked up in the office. I can't even win a video game. I don't know.
Tilted in life.
Like, I don't even know what's going on. I can't even have fun anymore. Shit. So, anyway, I'm back. I won once. So, I'm 1-8 now. So, I've snapped the streak. My mental is restored. All is becoming right in the world. But I still have a shit ton of stuff to do at work. So, I may not be on as much in the next few weeks until I can get, like, you know, my career sorted with my office. Yeah, business owner bullshit. So, anyway, we're doing a call-in episode.
Well,
yeah. So let's
this is
call
gonna be
somebody
fun.
in.
I'm excited. Let's pull
Yeah,
someone
let's
in.
call somebody
Let's
in.
get this started.
Hey, Lycos, you're on the podcast.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Lycos.
So, Lycos, you have a question for the Q&A section. We're doing that.
That I do. So I am a bronze level jungler that is having trouble with the bot lane. So I wanted to get some input from some of you bot lane players on how I cannot suck at ganking bot lane. I think sometimes I get surprised by jungle or mid coming down to roam, and I'm not tracking them well. But I think a lot of it is I'm just not used to playing 3-on-2. I'm used to ganking 2-on-1. So as a bot lane player, what are some of the things that you look for from junglers to kind of prep the gank as it's coming in, so I don't get there and y'all are backing and running away and I'm like, oh hi, I'm gonna die now.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, first things first. Entry point. Like, how are you entering in? Are you just running it down through river? Are you going through their tri-bush? Are you using the blast cone to pop over? You know, that kind of shit, right?
I'm most commonly running through river, but starting to practice using the blast cone.
Okay. So I would say, first things first, the river path is literally the most obvious point of entry and the most likely to be warded. Okay? Their tri-bush is actually a really good point of entry, even though people have figured out and they've started pinking it. If they're pushed forward and you go through their tri-bush, you're behind them anyway. Even if they see you, you're behind them at that point, right? So
Makes sense.
that is a way that you can improve your gank right there. Some things that you want to note is where their minion wave is whenever you come in through that route. Because if the minion wave is just about to reach the lane, you may end up aggroing an entire minion wave as you go in for the gank and arrive at lower health than you want to be. Okay? And then, like, as to the execution of, like, how do you get the gank off and stuff, the things that you're really going to be thinking about are what are their summoner spells, do they have any escape mechanics, and who is the, like, target, right? After you think of all that, who's the target? And, like, who can you actually kill? Right? And the best thing about ganking bot is if everybody focuses one target, they just pop. There's enough damage to generally just pop them. And one more thing you need to take account on is your bot lane's health and how many minions they have at their tower. Right? Because they may not come help you if they have a shitload of minions. All right. Anybody else have anything to say on that?
Yeah, I really like the lane gank. It's becoming more popular now because warding is so prevalent. So let's say you have a bot lane that's pushing. You can just walk right into the lane and get into that back brush, ping them back so they play a little bit more passive, and then you can gank right next to them. You'll have someone come up to ward that brush or walk into it, the support, and then you can just pop them that way.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Do you play Kane at all?
I do not. I'm primarily Xin Zhao right now, and I'm working on practicing.
Because Kane is, I don't play jungle, but Kane's a whole different level of ganking because you have the ability to, if you're from top side and you go from there, Krugs, and you just eat through that wall, so it makes the ganking a little bit more easier instead of having to pop over with a blast cone or going through the lane. That's another factor.
And
Zach?
if he's playing Xin Zhao, it's really good. So let's go with who he's playing right now. Don't blow your gap close right away, right? So try and hit them a couple times with your Q, and then once they have to flash or use their dodge, then E to them. I see Xin Zhao's all the time in bronze and silver, and even in gold. They're right next to him, but then they jump onto him with their E to slow him down, and then they flash away, and then there's nothing you can do to catch up. So try saving that ability until they try and get away, and then pop onto them.
Yeah, that's actually a good point of any gank, no matter where you go. Right? That is a huge execution thing, is make them commit before you gap close. Right? So just kind of run at them, apply pressure, and eventually you're just going to get so close to them, they have to flash, they have to do something, and then you can activate your gap close. So, yeah, that's huge. I actually forgot about that. Thank you. That's a good one.
Thanks.
Yep. Tycho, you got anything?
No, you covered, I want to talk about what was it called? The Minion Wave one, but you covered that pretty well.
Okay.
That's all I can do. That's the one thing that irks me so much.
The other thing that you can do is if you know that, let's say, bot lane blew their summoners, right? Buy a pink ward and pink it for them. And then you have an access point. Also, Scuttle Crab Vision will help a lot because a lot of mid-raners roam downriver.
Yeah.
And that Scuttle Crab Vision can help with that. And then another one is on the backside of the red buff. If they ward down and go that route, you can see that too. Right? So in between the Scuttle Crab and that one ward, you pretty much can save a whole lot of gank paths. And that should help.
And gets vision around Dragon too.
Well, it's on the backside of Dragon, so not really, but yeah, kinda, because it's in the area, right? So that's always good. But yeah, you have any other questions on any other topic? Because, yeah, we can fill some time. You can ask a second question if you got one.
But I prepped this one question all day, and that's all I prepped.
I refined that
It's a good question. It's a good question.
It was a good question. All right, well, I guess we'll move on to the next one. I'll find out which one of those guys is ready. Here we go. Hey, which one of you guys are ready? Anybody? Q&A.
What's up? Yeah, hop in.
Okay.
Into the other room.
Oh,
and now he's
okay.
back.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We have Mr. Abstruse is here. He wants to ask a
It's my
question.
favorite guy.
Hey, Tycho, appreciate it.
Miss you, man.
All right, so I have a question that kind of tail ends off of Lyco's questions.
Okay.
He was talking about as a jungler when he's roaming bot, but my question was, as a mid laner, usually a utility mid laner, because I play a lot of Karma, what are like some good strategies for roaming?
Okay.
Man,
I feel like I'm on my little mid island,
Zill,
so
have at.
I don't know when to look.
so for me, there's like a window where you don't roam these days, but there is a periods where you can roam. And so remember, plates give a lot of gold, right? And so if you're roaming bot lane and you're giving up 2 plates and then not getting a kill, like they've just beat you out, right?
Right.
So what you want to do, I think, is roam really early. You can like kind of do that sometimes, like at level 3 even, before the 5-minute mark. And I usually would do that top lane and just come out of nowhere and use your CC because you play utility mages, right?
Right.
To give your other top lane bruiser like a real nice advantage on their first kill. And since they're probably taking Ignite and they're probably playing a bruiser as Conqueror, like you can end that real fast. It's mean. But I've done it, and I've also done it and stayed top like 2 versus 1 and taken 2 plates like really early, and that's crazy. But there's a period where you don't want to roam, I think, especially as a utility mage, and you just want to clear waves and back off as if you're roaming. Give yourself the opportunity to, and more or less babysit your jungler until the wave comes back to you. But that is also a little bit my play style, you have to understand. If I do get the scuttle, as we were talking about earlier, like my jungler gets the scuttle, then I will be more apt to roam, because then I can like get down there quickly. I know that the enemy junglers they're less likely to have vision of me sooner, and I could consider that, especially if the bottom lane is like playing really aggressively. But for the most part, I try and push and get plates during that mid phase. And then towards the end, when the plates go down, if lane phase is still going, then I roam all over the place. Because I can impact the map as much, if not more, during those periods and not have to worry about the gold that I'm going to give away by leaving my tower.
Cool.
All
Thanks,
right.
Phil.
Yeah.
Good
Damn,
and complete answer. Does anybody have anything they want to add to that?
Well, that was pretty thorough. I
mean,
guess.
Sorry.
I mean, for real though, that was like a 5 points to Gryffindor answer. So I think he's got it. All right, do you have any other questions, Abstruse? Because last time I went up there to fish for questions, everybody was silent. So I'm a little bit worried that this may be the world's shortest episode.
I have a question, actually, if we...
Okay, cool. Let's ask Abstruse the question.
All right. I'm
Didn't
professional.
expect that shit, and we're flipping around on you.
I got you, bro.
All right, what's up? What's your
Oh,
question?
no, my question is actually, so I have realized that I've really, really become a one-trick, and because I'm getting auto-filled more, I don't know what to play. I don't know how to like learn new roles as much anymore, it feels like. So when I get like ADC or top lane, I feel really out of sorts and confused. I end up playing the same champions that I usually play in my mid role. I don't know. With this like more common autofill system, like should I like be trying to pick something to play for those particular roles, or like do you think I can actually like grind out my season just playing my one trick mid?
Well, who else can you play mid that can work top?
No one. I mean, he plays
No,
all mages.
just-
it's
I
all
mean,
the same
fuck. I mean, a
characters,
Karma
like,
top is
every-
not crazy.
Like, I'm okay with support, right? But like anymore, I get autofilled to like 3 to 4 roles. It seems. It's real strange for me. I feel
It's
very
hitting
out of
you
sorts.
worse still because your main is mid, which is the
Yeah.
most common pick role.
Right,
Like for me,
right? It's like 50% autofill. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I main support, and I choose mid as my secondary just so I never get my secondary, right? So I get support every time because they're never going to autofill me mid, and I always have autofill protection, so I don't have to deal with the same issue. I would say, I mean, I know you have fun playing some other characters and like ARAM and stuff, Like next time you play an ARAM with someone who can go top, like
Okay.
choose them and see if you enjoy their play style at all. And then the nice thing about the system, which is not a great system, but it's the system we have this season. So the nice thing about it is when you play top, you're not really crushing your mid score, right? You're losing like 4 LP or something like that.
Yeah.
So in those instances, I think that you can pick up someone new and try them out, because if you lose, you're losing some top LP, which you're not all that worried about, and you're losing very minimal mid LP. And I think it'll give you time so that you can practice a champion that you enjoy playing but maybe haven't had the chance to play before.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna jump in real quick. So everybody who is on the podcast right now or in the Discord or hanging out gets to enjoy this little joke. So like off topic a little bit, well, a lot, completely off topic. I got home today and I took off my suit pants, and all this, I see like this like really like long thread. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Right? Like, so I look down and it's like, it's a line running from my suit pants all the way up to my underwear. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then I noticed that like literally the ass has dropped out of my underwear. Right? Like, just like it's coming apart, like the washing machine or something screwed it up, and like the stitching.
Yeah, the
or
washing
whatever.
machine. Yeah, for sure.
Well, like, and then like I look at it, it looks like it's been eaten by moths, and it was fine this morning, right? So I was like, well, that's fucked up. That's weird, right? And so like, while you guys were answering this question, I was going to ask the next question of, what's the best replacement men's underwear that's on the market right now, right? And the whole time I'm looking through underwear on Amazon, there's like, I was like, God, is there any underwear that's not just marketed towards incredibly insecure men? Because they all have like pre-built bulge spot, right? Like pretty significant, like the end of a loaf of bread kind of penis hole, right? And I was like, God damn, that's so awkward. And then I went to page 2 and I saw this. Go ahead and click that link.
All right, because it's a podcast.
Oh, boy.
Pow!
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's literally a cock and
you
balls
just-
sewn onto the front of a pair of underwear. And I'm like, who would want this? And then I look and it's like, oh, it's
Rule
a
34.
it's a Go Cheaper men's soft underwears, pouch thongs, G-string sexy brief shorts, bikini boys pants is what it's listed as. But all the pictures are just awful. So, no, never, not buying that. Anybody got, are you guys satisfied with your underwear brands? And
Pretty
if so,
satisfied.
which
Yeah.
one?
I got some Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's way too fancy for me.
I mean, I'm looking at this brand called Alice and Ember. It looks nice and comfortable.
Well, it's got a nice name. You
Yeah.
want to be wearing.
Then there's
Alice
like
Cooper.
some Japanese brands, and I'm thinking if somebody's going to make some pretty fantastic underwear, it's probably the Japanese. You know what I mean?
Like the silky boxer briefs at Target are pretty great, honestly.
Well, I mean, the reason I say that is because the Japanese have literally spent their entire development making fantastic things that would otherwise be pretty like,
yeah.
Oh, Jesus, even these have the weird cock and ball holsters. Why is that in there? I don't want that. Is that what the way underwear are going? What
Sorry,
have
you're just too old,
millennials
Blake.
done?
Cock and balls? I mean,
Well, no, like
times are changing.
like it's just there, and it shouldn't be like. Why? Who wants this?
All right, Mr. Abstruse, this is a question for you.
All right. I got you.
Mr.
wants
Abstruse,
this? Can
men's
you please
underwear
tell him?
brand. Who wants this? Our cock
So
and ball
you know in
holsters.
Batman Forever with George Clooney, where he's got that big old codpiece?
Yeah, right.
These are what he wears underneath.
That actually makes sense.
Best possible answer to that question.
Thank you.
All right. Well, these look comfortable. Yeah, I'm 97% cotton.
Don't
5%
worry about
spandex.
don't worry about us. Just
No, I'm
You
just
need some
saying,
underpants.
judging by the amount of the last time I went in there, and I'm like, hey, does anybody have any questions? Oh God, does anybody have any questions? I probably needed to buy a little bit of time, so I've done that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I've
that
picked
wall
up some
Ford guy
underwear.
says this is slowly turning into a Buddy Boxers ad.
Oh, do we have? Are those good? Have we ever tried those? Is that the T-Force underwear?
Buddy.
I knew
That's
that was going to come up.
Buddha boxers. We're promoting them now.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
my
Go
God,
there.
the booty box.
Promo code T-Force. Buy those guys some underwear, man. Okay, yes, it is. That is the one. What is their promo?
You know
code?
what?
Lick away the
next
sweat.
the next community games we're gonna give away some boxers to the
No,
champion.
what is the T-Force promo code? Just so I can.
I'm pretty
get
sure
it.
it's T-Force.
Is it just T-Force?
Yeah. It's
Derp
it's
has a
not
question.
Trinity Force, though.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if they have them on Amazon. Because if they do, wait. Oh, that's Buck Buddy Access Boxers. I was like, great. It's another one with a friggin' cock sleeve on it.
Just
But-
careful googling cock sleeve.
I'm not googling cock sleeve. I'm just googling men's underwear, and apparently the new thing
Hey,
is to basically sew a sock into the front of your underwear and let her
Like a
dangle.
man.
I don't want to let it dangle all day. That doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem like a winner. All
Needs
right.
a home.
So, okay. Next one. I guess Derp has a question. We should probably move on to Derp. Let's get him in here.
Thanks for having me on.
Absters, if you have another question, just hang
Thanks
out.
for
We'll probably need another one later.
Hi.
All right. Derp, welcome to the show. What is your question?
So pretty simple. I've kind of stalled out in gold. I know gotta focus on last hitting, gotta work on focusing on the map and just rotating around more. But what would be your guys' main thing that I need to focus on and get better at in this season to really see any improvements?
Smoke
Well,
You
I got this
personally?
one.
You personally?
Shush. Let Danger handle this.
I got one too.
I would say me personally and as top laners in general this season, since there is a large shift in the top lane meta.
Yeah.
Okay, Derp. Your number one thing that you need to work on is communication. All right?
Hold on. All right. Is that but solo queue?
Yeah, still solo queue. I'm saying
Okay.
communication because I know. So pinging and talking because you get stuck in your lane and you get a lead and you're outperforming people and then you do nothing with the lead, right? That's what holds you back. And so you need to say, okay, bot, come top. I've already taken the tower. You farm here. I'm going to go bot side because we need to take Rift Herald next or something like that. You need to better utilize your lead when you get it. Because a lot of times I think that you'll continue to kill the same guy over and over and over again, but you're not really building your lead or helping your team win in that instance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of just wasting the power.
Exactly. You need to better, like you're crushing top, you're up 4-0, get into their jungle, put some wards down, go bother the jungler once he's in there because your top lane needs to sit there and farm because he's behind 30 CS or something like that.
All right. I just
need
ripped
more
off my
rotation.
underwear like the Hulkinator rips off a t-shirt.
And there's Papa.
That would be
By
my
the way,
suggestion.
Blake, I do have a good suggestion for you as far as underwear goes. Walmart sells the Hanes hand-knitted boxer briefs.
Well, that was a
They are
Hanes
the
one.
perfect.
Yeah, that was Hanes.
But
It's-
how
well,
old
don't
was it,
let-
Blake? Was
Well,
it
it's
10,
not that old.
20 years old?
It's the
Was
Hanes.
it
like,
25 years old?
What's the X one? Which one's this? Let me look at the thing. X-Temp.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying get the hand-knitted ones. They are fucking amazing.
All right. I will look into that.
It's up for consideration.
Dane, did you finish your point?
Yeah. Go,
Yeah? Okay.
Next one could go.
Let me
Okay.
continue off.
So
All right,
Dirk-
I want to bounce off. Wait, what?
Tycho's got something.
I haven't
Tycho, you
spoken
bounce
yet.
off. That
All right.
sounds good.
So bouncing off what he said about communication, I want to highlight your attitude. I played with you in community games, and we did it in the tournament. I know you and I think you and Bao. What are you guys? Are you and Bao like brothers, or you guys know each other? So you guys seem or we're somebody, but you guys were arguing a lot, right? And I know it can get heated when things don't go your way, but it's really just a waste of energy and like a waste of time for the team. It's just like if something wrong happens, then just you have to move past it. You can't change it. Just understand what needs to be done next, right? And regarding your play style, I noticed yesterday, and I remember I noticed this back in the tournament we did. You did like one play specifically yesterday that I felt like I can only describe as being stubborn. It was when I was playing top and you're playing tournament and I killed you, and then you knew I had like a small gold advantage on you, but then you E'd with no ignite and no flash into like 7 minions of mine because it felt to me like you just wanted to kill me as revenge, which like it felt like it was just a dumb mistake you were making, which I think you should have played smarter. And I feel like if you fall behind, you shouldn't immediately try to just jump in and fight that person. You need to play a little bit smarter and, wave management a little bit more.
So
or like wait for your jungler to come.
A little more meditation, breathing exercise.
Yeah, just
that's what I'm
it's
hearing.
like, and I think this all just comes back to your attitude. Like I get mad too, right? I even like yell when I fuck up a mistake, right? But I'm not gonna waste my time and play my teammates. I'm just gonna be like, all right, let's just go to the next one, or like let's make the next play. That's it. It's a lot better than just like blaming someone else or blaming something that the other team did.
Yeah, I think in regards to your attitude too, I think like you also like put a lot on yourself, a lot of pressure, and it's like you're blaming the team a little bit, but like you're also like you have high expectations of yourself, and I think that's like good, but like in the moment when you fail, you have to not let that like hurt you, because you have to be able to move on to the next thing because you've got the rest of the game to play, and there's plenty of opportunities for your enemies to make way worse mistakes than what you just made.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
No
you.
problem, buddy.
So I got
Wait,
one.
I think Papa has something.
Got
Yeah.
one. Play sober, you jackass.
Wait, yeah. Didn't you post like I need a champion to play high? Is that what you said? Did you not say-
Zillion, I highly recommend. I'm just gonna say.
No, it's
Particularly groovy Zillion.
if drugs aren't allowed on the podcast, otherwise I would go ahead and rip the bong right now, like every single
Colorado?
day.
Yeah, we did have that happen once or twice when we brought on old dude from Oregon. Like we had he was a patron too. I mean he like contributed a lot to Patreon. He wanted to come on the show. We're like, yeah, sure, you come on the show. That sounds great. And it's like, I just have a question for you guys. Blah, 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 blah. So guys, what's going on? They're like, God damn it! Like I know it was the most obvious thing in the world, but Jesus Christ, man, just for an hour. Anyway, but
See,
yeah, no,
That's why I
I'm
do
just saying.
that.
Here's the thing: whether you drink, you smoke, it doesn't really matter. Like, I've played like shit once because I was too jittery on coffee. Right? It's about
lightweight.
do what?
Lightweight.
Oh, coffee is my lifeblood,
Dude,
son.
no, I am a
Mm.
barista and I cannot play League on coffee at all. Like I have to take a nap before I play League. Gotta relax.
But I mean, yeah, it's
drink a
really
lot
about
every
being physically, mentally in the right state of mind. Because, like, if I'm wired and my hands aren't working the way I want or I have a lot of excess energy, I try to do more stuff than I should be able to, which is why I don't play League and, like, listen to hardcore fucking techno or something. Right? Because I'll try to play like I'm Blade fighting in a dance club. Yeah, that's a reference for all you kids that are probably too young to know what Blade Fighting in the Dance Club was. But
it was
I've
good.
seen Blade.
by
I
the way,
understood that reference.
by the way, I went with the Japanese underwear.
We're so
You're gonna have
proud
to
of you.
you're gonna have to report back because obviously everyone's gonna be sitting on pins and needles waiting to find
Well,
out.
you know, it's either those or the ones with the killer dong sleeve, and I thought those would be good. Those would be good. The reviews were really good. So
I'm
that
sorry,
was-
Blake, but you don't want to just be able to slip it out when you need to.
Well, no, it's not. It's not a slip out. It's a dong sleeve, dude. It's like they, they like
like
basically just sew a dong sock into the front of your underwear, and it's
Yeah, imagine
awkward.
a pool noodle, but one for your dong.
Why?
Why
I'm
is
just
a great
saying,
question.
this is what millennials have done to underwear. Apparently, you
It's
go
the
on
next-
Amazon,
The
No,
next
no.
big thing.
This isn't millennials. That's Gen Z.
dude. There's no. Okay, maybe. Yeah, Gen Z's weird. But yeah, if you click that link, you'll see what I'm talking about. The link in the Discord there. You'll see what I'm talking about. Shit got ridiculous. So, anyway, I've solved that issue. Derp, I hope I've solved yours. Do you have any other questions? I mean, we don't have a lot of people waiting in the wings. So if you got another question.
Absolutely. For transitioning into a secondary role, now that they've opened up ranks in individual roles, where would you suggest moving from top lane? Like, I can always pull out Nautilus support because I can beat Blake with that, apparently. But
God, everybody's just
talk.
taking
All right.
shots at me when I'm down. The guy goes 0-8, and all of a sudden he's a piece of shit. And,
I mean, having support now is not a bad idea because I know ADC and mid are like the two most popular roles. So I expect you're going to get filled support more than any other lane. I mean, support's always a good thing just to like understand to a point where like if you get autofilled and you absolutely can't switch roles and you don't want to dodge, then you can just like do well. So
There's a lot of cool support champions too, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like even the tanks are fun, and like you got fucking Pike and Rakan and Bard and like really cool shit.
Yeah, and
So-
also if you're gonna try and learn jungle, I feel like you have to really dedicate some time to learning jungle.
Okay,
'cause you
so,
gotta
like-
learn
Actually,
paths, you gotta learn-
support will help you with your map awareness. Actually,
would.
more than anything else.
Okay,
which
so
is-
wait. I don't. There's so many things about top lane and support that do not transition at all. It's a solo lane versus a duo lane. You're not worried about CSing or trading during CSing. It's yes, it will improve your map awareness, but I mean, so would playing jungle, and probably more so, right? I mean, realistically, top lane and mid lane are the two closest things.
Well, how
Right, I
many
just
times
don't
is
think
he
he's
gonna
going to get
autofill?
mid lane because he's not going to get autofilled to mid.
Yeah.
So if he's talking about if he's saying I'm going to pick up a new role, I would say mid lane. But if he says
Well, I thought
I'm
that
gonna
was
get
the
filled,
question: is I want to pick up a new role aside from top, so I can splash to it or whatever.
I thought it was a secondary, basically. So if you're putting in top and you're putting something in for your secondary that you're going to get sometimes.
Being a solo laner is more similar to being a support. I completely agree with that. I just think that support will help you in the things that you're lacking top lane.
Okay, I mean, okay, then yes, I get your point. If that's what you're saying, if like we're trying to round out how you play, then fine. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people could benefit from just picking up a support mindset,
Yeah.
right?
I
Because
agree.
I agree.
like you start thinking about not abandoning your teammates because that's what
Yep.
support does.
Yup.
You know, like.
Legit though.
And okay, so yesterday I was playing with Rachel because she wanted some pointers on like how she needs to climb, right?
Yep.
And at one point we were playing, and this like 9-0 LeBlanc just left me to die after I saved her. And I was like, well, damn, man, if she would have just like provided me some presents, they wouldn't have been able to follow me and murder the shit out of me all the way back to turret. But she just left me to die. I was like, and a support wouldn't think like that. right? I was like, so, like, damn, if that doesn't make a huge difference on how you just position yourself, not for your own safety, but for that of your team. It's like, and I guess nobody besides supports think that way. And then, like, 5 minutes later, she does it for me. Like, she backs up and attacks them enough that they have to back off of me, and it saves my life.
Right.
And I'm like, that shit right there. Awesome job. That's the shit I'm talking about. Right? And so I feel like a lot of people could benefit from that mentality shift from I'm the carry to I need to protect the carry. Right? Like, just in general, I think that could be a huge thing. Because then, even when you are the carrier, you're like, hey, I need to protect my team. So,
What about when you're playing a split push champion?
I mean, like, split push champions aren't very good right now, I don't think. Like, I was talking to Ponderous about this the other day, and the way that the meta is shaped, and like the way that there are so many objectives on the map, and the way that you are pretty much at an objective on the map every minute and a half, as the way the game plays out this season, split push is almost too much opportunity cost lost.
Yeah.
And like the value of kills, like, because they'll stomp your team. People aren't good at not dying whenever you're split pushing in any sense, right?
Yeah, especially solo queue is very difficult to coordinate good split pushing because you have to split push. They have to play the yo-yo where you're engaging and then pulling back and just keeping them around while you're split pushing.
Yeah, they have to apply pressure and not get caught.
Right.
So,
and that is very difficult. Gold,
so I mean,
flat.
That and they also have to be in a position to clear off the 3 million objectives that are on the map 4v5. And so even if you go get turret, or like a turret, your team's going to fight over Dragon, or your team's going to fight over, Baron, or the buffs, or the crabs, or whatever that there is to fight over. And you end up losing more than you get back because of the state of the meta. Right? And that's... I've never seen a meta like this one. And I don't like split pushing as a strat. Right? It's not an engaging strat. It's not fun. It just feels like... you know that gif where the guy's like going up to box and the other guy kind of dances around him and like does a couple of like quick doo-doo-doo, and then like dances back off and is like bouncing around the ring.
We're talking about the Muhammad Ali gif, and yes.
No, it's not Muhammad Ali. It's like some jokey English thing, and the guy's like doing rolls on the canvas. It's like a joke.
Oh.
Yeah. Not the Muhammad Ali, but it's supposed to be kind of parodying that, I think. But it's like two English boxers, and the guy's just like acting silly while he's boxing, and doo-doo-doo, and then he runs away and like rolls around and all this shit. That's what split pushing feels like. It's like, I'm not actually fighting you, but if you don't pay attention, I'm going to run up and doo-doo-doo, and then I'm going to dance away like a moron, and you can't do anything about it, right? I don't love split pushing in the game because it feels like you're either shitting on your team or doing something at their expense, or even if it works, it's not fun and engaging for anyone else other than the split pusher.
To me, it feels bad unless you're stomping while split pushing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, because that's the case, I don't care that it's not really in the meta right now, because it's not my thing, right? But I don't feel like it's in the meta. I don't feel like those champions are particularly good. And and Ponder said it's because there's like so many objectives right now. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from with that. It's hard
Correct
to...
me if I'm wrong, but like top lane when it comes to like split pushing, yeah, sure, it's not necessarily like in the meta right now, but like you need to play like champions that can like take first tower, like that is kind of in the meta right now, and then be able to take those champions into team fights and or skirmishes later. So you have to like act like a split pusher kind of guy at first, and then you need to like completely switch your mindset.
But wait, see that's the problem is lane bullies and wave clearers take early towers. Split pushers scale.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's not
or they
the
just
same.
get so far ahead they steamroll. But yeah, I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's not the same skill set. You don't like. I'm gonna play Tryndamere and get first tower. That happens if they completely fuck up. That doesn't happen because you're a split pusher. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Renekton, Yorick. Yorick would be a split pusher who's also a lane bully who gets first turret.
Well, yeah, but I think that's probably because Yorick's poorly designed. So that's more of like the exception to the rule than it is.
And he's
like,
strong right now.
Yeah.
Right, he was strong. I was thinking of Aurelia a few patches ago, where like she would be able to get first tower, that kind of thing. And
Right, but she can, and she can split push. Don't get me wrong, you can do like a 1-3-1, but then you put them in the 3, and she's still very powerful, right? It's still someone who has good team fighting potential.
Sure.
Whereas, like a Renekton or something like that, you don't want more than a 2v2 normally, right? You're not looking for the 3v3 or the 4v4 with Renekton, unless you're doing like a flank and they're already low.
Or if they're building Spear of Sojin, which is like a free steroid.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's. I think Blake's right. They're not great in this meta. But it's the fact that you asked the question, Derp, the way that you did, which is exactly your mentality. Well, I don't need to help my team because I'm going to be split pushing, and then so that's why you should play some more support so that you understand how to help the team.
Fair enough.
But no, I mean honestly,
I don't think
like,
it would hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a completely different, like seeing the game from the opposite end is always helpful. Like always. I can't think of a scenario like even if it's the opposite end right next to you, like I play support and then I switch over and I play ADC. That'll help you be a better support.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the same kind of deal as you shift from being like a I am my team's win condition. I'm going to play out this game in my style and force everyone around me to do what I want, to I have zero control over the meta of this game. I'm enabling someone else. You know what I mean? Like that would completely change your perspective. I think it may be a good thing, and it may you may learn something from it that would be helpful.
I might mellow out and be a nicer person.
You're
Sure,
a nice person,
why
Derp.
not?
You're very nice.
Like honestly,
I
I
like
don't-
you.
I don't think you're a bad dude. I don't really think that's the problem. It's just either you're way too mellow, or you're not mellow enough. You know. one of
I
the two.
haven't found the middle ground.
Go get there, buddy.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna bring somebody else in. Let's see which of those three wants to do this.
Thanks, Derp.
Wooly, Walford, you guys want in on this? Everyone is muted.
Haha.
Willie, Walford, which one of you guys wants in? You guys want in on this? Yeah. You had a question? Everyone is muted.
Can they not hear you?
I don't know. They're very quiet.
I'll bite.
Okay.
I'm learning a lot about.
Walford said
there he
he's
is.
going to bite, I think.
Okay.
Well, I said, but I got a question anyways. So,
Okay.
so I play a lot of competitive.
All right.
So I'm constantly with an actual team.
Okay.
So my question is, how do I convert my my competitive only supports like Tarek and Braum and Kench, but he's kind of dead, into like a solo queue atmosphere?
Ooh, good question.
So how do you transition from a flex 5v5 team where you guys communicate everything?
Are
call
you
out
saying
shots to solo queue?
you want to translate those specific champions or your like play style into?
My play style, for the most part, because those champions do not work. Braum can only work a couple times, I find.
I think Braum can. Tarek, no. Like
I'll say no to Tarek, yeah.
here's the thing. Like with the Tarek thing, I've played Tarek. I've not played a shit ton of Tarek because of the frustration that comes with Tarek. Tarek's actually really fucking strong.
Yes, he is.
He does a lot of damage. His heal is super good, and his stun is okay. It's kind of hard to hit from time to time. With
Yeah.
the whole like you have to move sideways if they move, whatever. But he can be really, really strong, and his ult is a fucking game changer if you're on the same page.
Yep.
That being said, in solo queue, you're never on the same page, or at least it's a rarity if you're reading the same book, right?
Yeah.
And theirs isn't on tape. So, I don't think Tarek is ever a really good choice unless you have a lot of synergy with your partner. And then secondly, I don't think it's a very good choice unless you have a lot of synergy with your team. Because after laning phase, you run into the same problem, but you have 3 other people who don't know what the fuck you're doing and haven't laned with you.
Yeah.
So they have no context to figure out what you're doing. I don't like Tarek in solo queue for that reason. Kench, I think, is actually underrated. I think he can totally work. I think he's still good. And while there is some, it's nice to have a teammate that doesn't, eat paste. I don't think it's required. Because Kench can pretty much 1v1 anybody after 3. So, I don't know. As to Braum, you just need to stack with a champion that can quickly proc those stacks. So, anyone with a dash forward, anyone with a double shot like Lucian, and a dash forward. Lucian's the best, but other champions that stack auto attacks quickly, like Kalista even, or there's tons. If you can get that done and you can do that block, that's awesome. Or you can pick somebody like a Misfortune and throw your ult on his ult, and he's still amazing, right? A couple of those champions, it's how you play the champion that truly makes the difference. The solo queue aspect of it doesn't really phase them as much as you are thinking it would. Tarek is not one of those. So
I feel like I can kind of help with this a little bit. So I play a lot with the community, and I play technically an enchanter support mage mid, right? Zillion. And so a lot of times I'll play with
I never knew.
So
I love it. The more creative ways he gets to figure out how to introduce the fact that he plays Zillion. So I play an enchanter support mage.
I'm not assumed. Yeah, never mind. So
I've been noting that I specialize in white bearded champions. I also like champions with time cinematics and themes. Correct. Anyway, go on.
No, it's just that a lot of people with LOLA have played with me a lot. They know how I play, how the champion works. They've played with Zillion a lot, whereas he's a champion that's not really played a lot in solo queue. So I interact with people who don't know what to do with my speed ups or don't know what to do when they are ulted. Right, and I think that's probably the same kind of thing you're encountering with like Tarek and Braum and whatever. And so I kind of I switch my mindset to assuming that the IQ of my teammates is extremely low, that they're just going to make more mistakes, and the people who are more aggressive are the ones I tend to reward and or save with my abilities, because they think they can do something. I know they can't, but I know they can with my help. And so if I have a Fiora who goes in ham, like I can speed her in and make her twice as fast to get to her target. So even normally though she wouldn't actually reach her target, she can now with my speed up. And then I can stun the target that she's actually on after she gets to it. And then I can ult her when she dies because she's actually playing too aggressively and tower diving when she totally shouldn't. Whereas when it comes to people that I'm playing with and communicating with regularly, those people are expecting those things normal. So in some ways, I try to find the person who's like the most aggressive and also the one who is overestimating their ability and like add to what they can do. Not necessarily always my ADC.
Yeah, and something as a support in solo queue, it's just something you have to deal with. You would love if you mesh with your ADC every game. You just don't, right? So you pick Braum, and you're like, okay, this is going to be great, that Lucian's available, and then they pick Ez, right? And he wants to play super safe, and you want to play a little bit aggressive. You just have to adapt the lane phase to the ADC, go into protector mode, right?
Right.
And then find someone else you synergize well. You can roam, like you ping. I'm going mid, right? Find someone else you can synergize well with and see if you can help get them the lead because they've picked a super safe ADC. So let them do their thing in lane, and see what else you can manipulate on the map. I think Tom Kench, if you're playing him passive because of like 5v5 where you're just saving your ADC each time, that wouldn't work well in solo queue, right? Because you don't know what kind of ADC you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get an aggressive one. You don't know if they're going to jump out of your belly every time you swallow them, right? Now, if you play as Blake said, if you play an aggressive Tom Kench, that can work in solo queue. Because if you're up there mixing things up, stunning, getting your triple stack, eating people, even the lowliest of ADCs are going to realize, okay, when I spit them out, I can just hit them twice and get a kill. So if you play an aggressive Tom Kench, that can, in my opinion, work very well in solo queue. If you play a very passive Tom Kench, then that's not going to have as much value. Braum, though, I think works across the map. He's good early, he's good mid, he can always affect the gameplay, you can always get stuns, you got your ult for a knock-up, you got the game changer that can absorb, like an SE, an SR or something like that with your shield. So if you're, and then I'm in agreement, Tarek is just not the guy to bring into solo queue. So.
Same with that one.
But you can find other ways to utilize your supports. I think most supports can help you climb if you're good enough with them, and if you adjust your playstyle each game to the game that you're entering.
So, in your defense, I played Tom Kench in my placements. Some ask me how that went.
How many games did you win?
It didn't go well.
Yeah, I saw that.
His argument just fell to the floor.
So, anyway.
I have another one.
Yeah,
Another
what's up?
question, too. Okay, so because of the new plates, I'm having troubles trying to figure out when I should, as a support, roam into the enemy jungle with my jungler in order to play sound deep vision.
Okay. So you need to think about support as like time periods when you are unlocked. Okay? And those time periods would be like when your ADC is backed but you don't need to, you're unlocked. When you have pushed all the way forward but you can't harass them under tower for whatever reason and your ADC is just waiting for the wave to bounce, you're unlocked. When you have killed both of their laners and you have enough health to do something, you're unlocked, right? These are times when you could theoretically roam. Or if you're going to place vision to cover your own ass, you're unlocked to a certain degree. Like if you get all the way to dragon and you're placing vision and you see something is going on mid, you can just keep going and go to mid, right? It's like less of a time commitment to go from there, So yeah, I mean, these are time windows when you have that you can leave. Also, if your ADC is like some kind of hillbilly moonshine sipper that's never going to get ahead, then you're unlocked. if you're 0-6 in the bot lane with your ADC, you're unlocked. You can go do whatever at that point, right? Because that guy, it doesn't matter if he's 1v2. You're gonna struggle if both of you were there. It doesn't matter. To a certain degree. I mean, obviously, if he never gets resources for the rest of the game, well, that may be a problem. But it may be better for you to spend your time getting someone else ahead than trying to band-aid your ADC's dumbass non-win condition. So, in those time periods where you can leave without creating a problem, go for it. If there are times whenever you should join your jungler, but it's hard to say when those things are good. It's easier for me to point that out in a coaching session than it is to give you a bright line rule, because I don't think there just is one. That's not something I can be oh, when this happens, you can go in with your jungler. There are just times it's good and times it's not, and you have to kind of experiment to a certain degree.
Yeah, the biggest one I've had so far is I force it back on the enemy support in ADC. I put the wave gets pushed up to tower, and my jungler's just trying to take their entire bot side. Is the one I've come in contact with the most.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it also more of those options and opportunities open up if you have really good map awareness and jungle tracking. Right? If that's in your pool of skills, then this will work out better for you the more you do it, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else? Do you have any other questions?
That's all I got.
All right. Let me see if Wooly Offrey has anything. If he doesn't answer, I guess we'll just kind of round it out there. All right. Thanks, Walford. All right. Wooly Offrey, you're up. You might want to unmute your mic.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, all right. So welcome to the podcast, man. You have a question?
Yeah, so did horrible during placements.
You don't say. Did
Just
you
the guy
win
to
a
deal
game?
with.
I won 2.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Better than you, Papa.
Fucking
placed me
begging
in
can't be choosing,
for it,
motherfucker. So, what's up? What do you have a question though?
Yeah, so I main Zyra. I know that's a surprise in this Lola podcast.
Right. Surprise, you play her top.
With Smite.
Yeah, Smite
Perhaps.
top Zyra.
I occasionally play Sona too.
Cool.
But is there any other mage support champions y'all would recommend to help climb?
So
Do you
I am a
want
Zyra
ones
main.
like
so
Zyra?
I'll take this
or-
one.
Are you looking for Zyra or?
Just, I don't know. My playstyle I've seen, because I play mid also, and I lean towards mages more than anything.
Maybe a Morgana. I feel like it's similar to Zyra. It sounds like you
let
like
Danger do it. He's a fucking Zyra
I
main
think Danger's
support.
got this. Yeah.
Danger's got it.
Okay, so as a Zyra main, nice to have you in the podcast. It's great to have others like me. I say my go-to second pick is normally Brand. He puts out the same level of damage, just a slightly different combo. Instead of you're still doing an EQ combo, right? But instead it's a point and click on the E and then a skill shot on the Q instead of a skill shot on the E. It works really well and can help you climb because you can help carry your position with Brand. Someone that I'm going to start trying to pick up is Nico. Very similar to Zyra. You have your root on the E that can root multiple people, and then your Q is a damage doer, and then your R is still an AoE ult that can stun instead of pop up. So I think I'm going to start practicing her more in normals to see if I can take her into ranked. But I think those three characters are very similar if you're looking for a similar playstyle. The other one that a lot of people will play with Zyra is Lux, because once again you're getting your root and your damage from the two spells, and then you have a shield instead of plants. So it's a very similar play style. If that's what you're looking for, all of those can also help carry you.
Morgana, I think he was right. Tycho
Yeah,
was-
Morgana's excellent. Yeah,
And-
Tycho had already said it, so I
Yeah.
figured.
She's getting changed though soon.
No, she's
No, she's
almost
not.
saying
It's
exactly the
all
same. All she's getting
visual.
is a speed boost on her R.
Okay, all right.
Because actually, I watched that cinematic and I'm like, okay, so what'd they fucking change about Morgana? And then it got confirmed the next day. It's like, oh, Morgana, she's great. It's just visual, so you're good. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. But another champion that I was kind of thinking of that is kind of magey, poke, does a surprising amount of damage is Vel'Koz.
Yeah, Vel'Koz is, in my opinion, a little bit trickier, but he can definitely put forth a lot more damage.
Oh no, it is trickier. It's just the same like school of champion, right?
For sure.
In the sense that like they're both, I don't know, fish. You know,
Fish.
like they're not. But I'm just making it the same school of fish because they're not like they're in the same ocean. They're not the same, but still. That never mind. That one, that was
Alright.
a miss.
I think you're thinking about the boxers.
I think I'm getting tired, and I don't have any underwear on, and I don't know because I Hulk Hogan the shit out of those.
Yeah, analogies just fall out of his ass.
Yeah, and then they don't get caught by anything except my pajama pants
So
now.
what are we gonna do?
And so until I get my sweet new Japanese underwear, they got really good reviews still.
Well, I'm
You,
happy
you can
for
leave the next review.
I got a 6-pack of them coming, so I went all in.
All right,
Keizu is the name.
one for every day of the week.
Well, yeah, man. And I got the multicolor, kind of the rainbow pack. Blue, gray, black and red. Blue, gray, black and red. It'll be cool.
All right.
So, anyway, yeah, that would be one thing I think you could and should try. The other thing is try, and I really actually like the suggestion of Lux because that's super similar to what it is you're doing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if you're looking to play mid too, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lux can obviously go either way.
Yeah. Yeah, and then other than that, like, try something completely ass different. Yeah, play like Leona a little bit.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something.
my main is Zyra, second Brand, and third is Alistair. So, like I throw in that third one, so because let's say we have 3 AP already, there's no reason to throw in a third AP, and I should probably end up tanking some. So it's good to have something like that in your back pocket.
Okay.
So, okay. Do you have any other questions? I mean, we've got just a little bit more time to burn, so if you need anything else, now's the time.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask a non-game related, but when y'all play, how's y'all's posture? Because I tend to, during the game, start leaning forward more and more and more.
Forward to your computer?
Yeah, and then I get tunnel vision that way.
Oh. I tend to lean back. It's actually really bad. Like the lazy posture, which I try to adjust every like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I need a gaming chair.
I tend to slink depending on my level of tiltedness.
So lately he's been playing from under the computer.
Yeah, lately all you can see on the stream is my hands reaching up from underneath the desk and moving the mouse around. But no, I whenever I get deflated, I slouch harder. And you know that commercial where that chick like smokes weed and then she deflates onto her chair like a popped balloon? You know that one?
Yeah.
That's me when I get tilted.
Okay.
And it was like, Blake was really cool. And then he smoked weed. And now he's like this.
And then he lost league.
And then
And then he was
played
like
league.
this.
And he got tilted. And now he's like this.
So I don't know. I'm probably weird. Like the closer my hands are together, the more like coordinated I am. So I kind of like hunch up in a ball around my computer.
Whoa, what?
It's kind of weird.
I'm gonna try playing one game that way now.
I have my keyboard is tilted in such a way that I can put my hands closer together, and that plus I especially mid game I don't actually.
I'm imagining you as like an armadillo, like just hunched over the keyboard.
I'm a turtle. I don't know. I'm the Donatello.
I like to play, and then when I feel threatened, I curl into a ball and let my armored shell take care of it.
But I'll even like consciously use my peripheral vision just to like for playing by the mini map, especially like mid game, and kind of like hunch over while like sort of spacing out with my vision to like be recognizing threats as soon as they come in. I don't know. It's just a weird play style.
And
But,
at
yeah, I do get
nighttime,
closer together.
he leaves his burrow and hunts for food.
I should have said nothing.
That's
I should just be quiet.
the other thing. Is like I feel like whenever I play, I like to stand with my arms and legs spread and absorb energy for the spirit bomb. But I don't know, man.
I play Smite mid. What'd you expect?
I keep my hands together in the shape of the diamond cutter from Diamond Dallas Page, and I feel it helps me better interact with the keyboard.
Boom.
So, we are one person short of 400 followers.
Really?
Well, shit, man. Somebody do it. Like one person. That seems like a total missed opportunity.
Oh, now it says followers 400.
Hey, we did it!
We did it!
Woo! All right. Well, you heard it live. 400 followers on the Q&A. Wooly, I'm giving you props and credit for that.
Thank you.
So you brought the heat to the podcast. I appreciate it. Even though you're barely audible.
Whoops.
So, all right. Do you have any other questions, Wooly?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. I turned you up to 200% way too late. Sorry. So, all right, guys. I guess that'll wrap up this week's Q&A session podcast. I'm probably gonna, once I pay off some stuff for the podcast or whatever, we're gonna reattribute, maybe keep passing out the big old black Yeti mics that I got. Probably Zill will send one, and then he'll send his mic to Danger, and we'll spread the love around a little bit.
Yeah, I want to hear
Nice.
Or we can
higher
just buy
quality
boxers.
voice from Danger.
Well, actually, I bought the boxers with my own money. The podcast didn't.
Honestly,
actually pick
I
those
say
up.
we just use that as a prize for the next community tournament.
Well, if these boxers are actually that good, I probably would. Like each person on your team gets one pair of men's underpants. I hope you have all the same waist
You
size.
must wear them while you're playing.
I'm
Them's the rules.
gonna just show up streaming wearing underwear, just underwear. It'd be like, hey, Kazuya. What's
We
the
do
name
want
of the
more
brand?
followers after all, right?
No, what's the name of that
True.
brand I just
We'll get
said?
ourselves to 400.
Yeah, we got to 400 doing this. Oh, by the way, we got an email for the podcast, right? And if I can find it real quick. Son of a bitch. Of course, I'm going to say this, and then I can't find the damn email, but the email was very complimentary of Brad and Ponderous, and they actually thought
weird.
that the other one wrote it. So, but no, the email was great, and they talked about Brad and Ponderous being funny guys, and that it must be awesome, blah blah blah. And I wrote the guy back, and I was like, hey, I actually don't want to show them this. It's so positive. And then The guy sent me back something that's like, "Hey, it's cool. I like you too, though." It's like, no, I'm not because I needed
You were
a self-esteem boost. I was saying it because I don't want to hear them brag about themselves for like 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
But no, it was funny. Okay, here it is. Hey, I listen regularly. Big fan of your corn rant and other rants.
Well, now you know that someone's lying.
Yeah, don't worry about your negativity. You guys are good. On your comment that people like Ponderous Brad and you episode, nothing on you, Papa, but Brad and Ponderous together are quite hilarious. Like their jargon seems so natural and original. Like Brad especially. I aspire to be as funny as that dude. He makes it sound easy. And that's
Wow.
whenever I wrote him back, I was like, God, I do not want to show them this. Like, this is...
Brad has help. Called craft beer.
It makes it more likable.
Craft beer makes everybody better at what they do.
It's true.
Oh man, but no, it was too funny. So I mean, I like that. I like being able to give my boys their just deserved props from people that actually like what we're doing. So that's cool. Thank you, man, for sending that in. I really appreciate it. I wanted to give you the shout out because we don't get stuff like that super often. Like hell, I can't remember the last iTunes review we got. Feels like it's been forever, but I don't think that matters so much anymore because everybody's on Stitcher now or something. So
Yeah, that's how I always listen to us as Stitcher.
yeah.
Stitcher.
So I mean, I don't know. However you guys want to review us, do it. And then if you tell us, we'll read it. Or if you send us in happy emails like that, we'll read it. That's cool. So thank you for
Pretty
your
soon we'll be
support,
on Yelp.
man. I appreciate that stuff. And then apparently I got a lot of positive feedback on the solo episode. People were really all about that too. So
Good for you.
well, yeah, no, I just I didn't want to leave everybody high and dry, and I was like, I'll rant for 50 minutes. And then it happened. So cool. So we need to have an episode about corn.
No.
We haven't
do
done
not.
any updates on corn since the last one of what's happening with it, recipes and shucking tips. Nothing.
We have a corn Lola name on League. Who was it?
true.
Oh, B-Bow. Yeah, he changed his name to Corn.
No, he didn't. That's actually a different guy.
Who was that?
Bibao did change his name, but not to Corn, I don't think.
Yeah, no, the other guy is a different guy. His name was Corn.
And I know this because I forgot Corn in the tournament because he had a little tilde over his N, and I did not get his summoner name correct.
Did he go with the vegetable corn or the band?
He went with the vegetable for sure.
Nice. Good man.
I
That's
mean-
a real fan right there.
I'm a fan of the vegetable, although is it
Corn
vegetable?
chowder, can't go wrong.
Dude, that's
I make a
true.
great corn casserole. When you come to visit, Blake, I'll make it for you.
Oh, dude, I was going to say, you coming down for Lola Boot Camp?
Wait. When's this?
It's the week before I go to Disney World, so it's sometime
Okay.
in mid-April.
Okay,
Ponderous is
Probably
coming.
not.
He's already booked it.
all right. I need a carpool.
It's going to be like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday affair.
Okay,
So
we'll see.
I've already taken off work Friday the 12th. I
All
think
right.
it's Friday the 12th because Sunday the 17th is, I think, when we're leaving for Disneyland. Oh,
We're
by
gonna
the
do,
way,
like, an episode
I'm
or
going to
a
be
video?
gone that week, so somebody else is going to have to host because I will be in Disneyland.
Okay, so we won't.
You're not inviting us?
Yeah, so that's announcements for the show. I will be in Disney World in 2 months. So, okay. All right, well, with that, we'll stop rambling and say goodnight, everybody!
Good night.